Hello everyone, my name is Haley and I'm going to share my PowerPoint over professional development presentation and understanding students with ADHD. The best way I think to understand students with ADHD is to better understand what ADHD is. ADHD stands for Attention Deficient Hyperactive Disorder. The definition offered by the American Psychiatric Association in the Diagnosis and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. This definition focuses on two domains: inattention and hyperactive impulsive that interferes with a student's development and function in multiple settings, including school. And as I've noticed, most of the time you will find it in younger ages, but it can become later on. But as I work in a school with kindergarten through 5th grade, I have noticed a lot of kids, you might think have it, but there is a different way of telling what kids and what kids do not. So let's get started on the presentation. How many students with ADHD are currently being served in the U.S.? 7% of children. The criteria that ADHD must interfere with development or function in social and academic settings is important to consider when thinking of the percentage. How has the number of students identified increased in recent years? What are some of the reported reasons for that increase? Research suggests that rates have increased by approximately 30% since the late 1990s. Boys are approximately 3 times as likely to experience ADHD as girls are. In a national study of elementary-age students, students with ADHD were less likely to be from a diverse racial ethnic background and were more likely to engage in internalizing problem behavior. And that came from our book that we've been reading, but it's from Morgan, Staff, Hillmeyer, Frankson, and McCausland of 2013. And you will also find these links to my information in the citation. What are the specific behaviors characteristics of a student with ADHD? There are 3 subtypes of ADHD: predominantly inactive, predominantly, and hyperactive impulsive, and a combined. Those are 3 very big words. Many students with ADHD have behavioral, social, and emotional challenges. A high overlap exists between the categories of ADHD and emotional or behavioral disorders. For example, approximately 2/3 of students identified as having ADHD also have been identified as having an internalizing or externalizing behavior disorder, and that was also by Glanzman and Sell 2013, which will also be in the citation. And I just thought this picture of this little boy just showed it all of behavior, social, and emotional characteristics. In what ways do those characteristics make it different for students to learn and to participate in school? Children with ADHD commonly have difficulty regulating positive, which is happiness or embracingness, and negative, which is anger, recognition, or regulation emotions. Students with ADHD who experience more peer rejection tend to engage in more bad behavior, are heavy smokers, and experience more anxiety in middle adolescence. Students with ADHD have a harder time engaging in conversations, using appropriate gestures, and making narrative comments. Do all students with ADHD demonstrate the same characteristics or degree of behavior? Not every kid is the same, so they do not always follow the same characteristics or degree of behavior. But as we have been told, to be considered ADHD, you must fall in the categories. Like many students with ADHD, they might not have a single characteristic, but a combination of them. And it's kind of like how we judge other kids. Not every kid is the same, so why would ADHD kids be the same? According to IDEA 2004, under what category are students with ADHD identified? Instead of listing ADHD as a separate disability category, IDEA includes it all as a subcategory of other health impairments. Under the IDEA definition, a student with other health impairments has limited strength, volitality, or alertness, including a heightened alertness to environmental stimulus, resulting in limited alertness with respect to the educational environment, and that is due to chronic or acute health problems. And it could be etc. from there with different other health problems. As we have seen, they kind of compare other health problems with ADHD. Discuss effective class-wide interventions for all students, especially for those who display characteristics of ADHD. Support students with ADHD to be more organized and engaged with the general education curriculum. There are also classroom organization features that can help. You can establish clearly marked locations for students to store materials. Sometimes color code those areas can help students remember where materials belong. You can also provide clearly marked locations for students to store personal items such as coats, backpacks, lunchboxes, and athletic gear. Minimizing the amount of clutter in a classroom can reduce students' confusion about where materials and personal effects belong. Students who are organized are more likely to know what tasks they need to accomplish and what homework needs to be completed. Often parents need to help the students follow through at home. Students can also apply organization skills to improve their study habits. One component of effective study skills is setting goals for the completion of academic work, whether it is setting a goal to students for a set amount of time each night or to get a certain percentage of problems correct on a quiz. Students who set goals perform more effectively. And with goal setting, I think it's really important for everybody, not even for classrooms or kids. I think it's just a good thing for a life skill for goal setting, because you always have something to look forward to and pushing yourself to a goal. If in a certain situation, you could always set more goals and more goals after that. You never should have an ending goal to your goal setting. And with organization skills, I've noticed for myself, organization is a very big key in a lot of just non-stress, having everything more put together. Organization skills could be, I know a lot of schools give out planners for kids and having it written on the board for them for what you guys did for the day, and even giving them maybe some time throughout the day to write in their planners. Because I know for me, I am going to school and working as a para in a special ed classroom. Having all of my work wrote down in my planner calendar helps me not be so stressed and to get through my day more easily and not be late for my assignments, which I think would help a person with ADHD because they have many thoughts going through their head, as a lot of us might have lots of thoughts going through our head. I think that is good for a kid to have it more wrote down instead of trying to remember all their thoughts as a squirrel might go by. Which with younger kids that might be harder with writing, but even having just notes going home with the kid on what to do would I think also help more, as parents do not always read the notes, but to maybe start them off young with where organization is. And also to have the classroom organized in a way that kids can find things and it's not a cluttered mess for yourself. That's why I think goal setting and organization skills is very important in ADHD characteristics and for everyone in general. Thank you.